So here we are. It's day 14. Can't believe it already. And we're in the kitchen with some still life fruit and vegetables and some coloured pencils. So I'll put the camera about there. Our family, probably like yours, has got one of these boxes full of all sorts of coloured pencils. So you might like to try this. I've just got a piece of A4 paper that I folded in half, so that's A5. And I've selected a few pencils, which I think will work. And let me show you. One of them has rolled away. Show you how you might work with this subject and these materials. So I would start with a colour for each of these fruit and vegetables. So there's the lemon. So I'm just doing a bit of an outline to my lemon. Can't see it all. Can you see it all? I'm just going to shade that in a bit. A kind of block of colour. And I've got some a brown for my sweet potato. So I think, I'm sure you can use colour pencils in lots of different ways, but I think, and I'm going to show you the way that I have been trying to use them, but they're a little bit like watercolour in that if you work on a white bit of paper and build things up gradually, that's what I'm really trying to demonstrate, that you don't go too far with anything yet, then you often use the white of the paper showing through the colour to give you lighter colours and build up stronger colours with just more pencil in areas where the colour is bright. And I'll show you some ways of darkening the colour as well. So we've got down here, we've got our slice of courgette. So you can see I've begun just by outlining these vegetables and fruit, and I'm just filling in a bit of colour so I know where they are. And I'm not pressing too hard so that these colours can be built up gradually. And this is a nice little stub of pencil for the red pepper. So each of them has got a bit of an outline. And then I'm putting in, maybe that isn't quite the right red, doesn't matter, but let's get a bit of. So I'm hatching colour across these different areas. While I'm at it, I get a little bit of green in here. And I'm hoping to show you how you can build colour up and how you can make things more intense, just with more colour. So my lemon, for example, it's got a shadowy side, but in the middle is where all the colour is. So I'm leaving some of that with the white showing through where it's very light. I've got a bit of a highlight. And I'm building some of this up, and then I'm eventually going to darken it. And I'll do the same with my sweet potato. It's a bit darker over there. So now the lighter bit of the lemon is going to stand out because I'm darkening the sweet potato. So I'm actually really enjoying using coloured pencils. I love these sticks of fairly pure colour. You'll probably find if you've got a box like ours, the pencils will vary in quality. Some of them will be better quality, have better pigment, and so will be much stronger. And if you've got something that's fairly cheap, then it just won't have much colour in it. But whatever you've got, build your drawing up gradually so that, as I've described, you can partly leave bits of white showing through. You can also take a rubber to your drawing, so if you do, unlike watercolour, if you go over something and you don't want it to be too colourful or too dark, then you can just go back into it. So there we go. I'm building all this up. More colour, maybe try and make the marks go in the direction of the pattern of the courgette. So I suppose in a way what I'm doing at the moment is working with local colour, building things up gradually. But it's also quite nice to alter colours. So for example, the green of the courgette, actually I think there's a lot of yellow in it. And yellow is a good light colour that you can mix on the surface. You can hatch, or you can get something of the pattern of the texture, and then maybe there's another red to go into that pepper. And actually I thought a bit of yellow into the green of the pepper. It's quite nice. If you keep your pencil sharp, then you can go from an area of shading, filling in, to actually doing an outline, being very specific. So there we go. I've got some colour, some local colour on all of those objects, and then I think I'm going to use my brown to try casting a bit of a shadow, because I've got some light coming in from the kitchen window. And I can see shadows over here. Oh. And that always helps to give things a shadow, give them some form. And I'm going to try darkening things with, I've got some lead pencils. So for example, my sweet potato can get a bit of grey, and I'm doing it fairly lightly. That's a HB, because I want to mix some of the colour on the drawing. And this yellow, I'm doing it fairly lightly, because you'll see if I do a little bit of grey like that with my HB pencil, and then go back to the colour, and you can see it doesn't take much for it to make an impact. So I want to just build up some of that more strongly. So you can see I'm taking a fairly delicate, slow approach to building up the colour. Get some of that in the shadows. So a couple of other things to show you. I want to get more red into parts of the pepper, so it's darker, and also so that it mixes with the black or the grey that I put on. And yeah, so what I want to show you then, is different from all of that, is firstly, if you try a white pencil, they can be really good for mixing colours. That's not very good. Try another one. So the white can almost be like a blending colour. Mix things together. If you find all of your hatching is too busy, then you can actually mix it a little bit with the white. And secondly, I wanted to show you how you can lift off some of the colour. So my pepper has got some light bits here and here, and because I'm working on white paper, I can actually subtract a bit So it's fine if you do go too far, because then you can come back with the eraser and lift some off. But probably the main thing is to build things up gradually, and as well as working with your objects, your subjects, also work a bit with whatever they're on. Shadows always make a difference to the form of your objects, and I've got them on a bit of off-white paper, so it probably helps to gradually reduce the white that's in the background, so the white bits that you leave behind in your fruit, in your subject, will stand out more prominently. So that makes a difference. I've just put a little bit of colour on the background paper so that the whites and colours that I use in the colourful fruit and vegetables will stand out more strongly. I think it would be good to darken some of this as well. The other thing I could have done is, as well as using grey, I could use opposite colours. So the opposite of my green courgette could be a red. So I can start to mix some of the red into the green to darken it and neutralise it a bit, and then go back with the green again and build it up even more. So there we are. Day 14. We're planning, believe it or not, another 14 days. I think we're going to take a day off, and then Anya and I will take it in turns to do each day. So there won't be 2 videos a day, there'll be 1 a day, but for another 14 days. So we'll let you know about that on the emails that come out. Okay, well, enjoy your fruit and your coloured pencils.